Lami arrived in Tambuwal with dust on her slippers and hope in her heart. Her dreams were simple: find work, earn some money, and send something home to her sick mother in the village. She had just finished secondary school, and the town felt loud and fast, but full of possibility. As she walked through the busy market, the smell of suya and roasted maize filled the air. She asked shop to shop for work, but no luck, until a meat seller wiped his hands in his apron and pointed down the street. Try Gidanwaya, he said. The owner likes to help young girls. Gidanwaya was a phone and accessory shop that blinked to the blue light. Its shelves were packed with chargers, phone covers, and shiny gadgets. Inside stood a confident young man with stylish clothes and a smile that seemed too perfect. Good afternoon, Lami greeted shyly. Please, I am looking for work. The man, Bilyaminu, known by many as Billy, looked over her, then smiled again. Can you count money? He asked. Can you talk to customers? Yes, sir, I can learn quickly. He nodded, pleased. Good. You can start tomorrow. Be here by 8. Lami beamed with joy. She rushed to a phone booth and called her mother. Mama, I got a job, she said, nearly in tears. But behind Billy's soft voice and kind face, there was something darker. Gidanwaya wasn't just a phone shop, it held secrets, and Lami was about to walk straight into them. Lami began work the next day, full of energy and curiosity. She swept the tile floor, arranged earphones, greeted customers, and learned fast. Billy sat behind his desk, tapping on his laptop and smiling at the screen murdered at people. The only worker was Kabiru, a quiet technician who fixed phones in the back. He barely spoke, but when he did, it was always kind. One afternoon, while arranging phone covers, Lami looked at the brown door behind Billy's desk. What's inside that room? She asked. Kabiru glanced up quickly. That room? Don't ask. Only Billy goes in there. But I saw him take a flash in and lock the door. Kabiru lowered his voice. Lami, listen. This shop, it is not what it looks like. Some things happen here that I don't even understand. My advice, just do your job. Don't look too deep. But Lami couldn't forget. She began to notice things. Billy smiling at customers, then slipping into the back room with their phones. Late at night, she once saw him copying files from someone's device into his laptop and laughing quietly. The shop was always busy, always noisy, but the air around the back room felt cold and heavy. Gidanwaya had secrets, and they lived behind that locked door. Then one day it happened. A scream pierced the air. A young woman stormed into the shop, shaking with rage. Her name was Rabi, a university student. Where is my phone? She shouted. What did you do to it? Billy stepped out calmly. What is the problem, my sister? My private video is online, Rabi screamed. Everyone has seen it. I only gave my phone to this shop. You people ruined my life. People started gathering. Kabiru stared at the floor. Lami's heart pounded. Billy kept his voice smooth. Sorry. I don't know anything about that. Maybe someone else did it. Well, Lami knew the truth. She remembered the day Rabi brought her phone. Kabiru fixed the screen, but Billy had taken it into the back room afterwards. That night, while Billy stepped out, Lami sneaked to the shop's laptop. One folder stood out, VIP client. She clicked it, a password blocked her. She closed it quickly, hands shaking. Her stomach turned. Now she understood. Billy was stealing private videos and photos from customers' phones. Some he shared, some he kept, some maybe he sold. Lami sat on her bed that night, staring at the ceiling. She needed this job. Her mother needed the help, but the shop was a trap. And she was inside it. If she stayed, she had to be brief. Days passed. Then one afternoon, a woman entered the shop. She wore big sunglasses and a long scarf, her face almost hidden. Good afternoon, she said softly. My phone camera is not working. Can you fix it? Billy smiled, returned. Of course, leave it here, come back tomorrow. The woman handed over the phone and walked away, but not far. Her name wasn't Salma, as she claimed. It was Hadiza, and 2 years ago, she was one of Billy's victims. Back then, he had leaked her private videos. She loved Tambuwal and shame, but now she had returned with a different look, a new name, and a hidden camera in her back. That night, she followed Kabiru to the roadside food stand. You know what Billy is doing, she said gently. Kabiru sighed. I know. I hate it, but he pays me and I need to eat. Hadiza leaned closer. Do the right thing. Help me to stop him. I have a camera. I just need proof. Kabiru looked at the ground, then up at the stars. Tomorrow, he said, come early. I will show you the flash drives. Hadiza nodded. Her heartbeat was like a drum. Justice was on the way. The next morning, Hadiza returned, carrying a small bag. Inside it was a flash drive and a hidden camera. She greeted Lami and winked. Lami didn't know who she was, but something about her felt strong. Kabiru leaned close to Lami and whispered, Today it ends. At noon, a man entered the shop in simple clothes. My phone needs fixing, he said. It was Inspector Ragu, disguised as a customer. He handed Billy a device with a tracker inside. Minutes later, Kabiru slipped Hadiza a flash drive full of stolen files. She left quickly, handing it to the Inspector Ragu just outside. Then the door flew open. 5 officers stormed in. Police! Nobody move. Billy jumped and tried to run, but Kabiru stood in his way. He hurt too many people, Kabiru said, voice shaking. The officers opened the back room. Inside, laptops, hidden cameras, envelopes of cash, stolen phones, a darkness hidden in wires and files. Billy was arrested. Outside, the crowd grew. Some people shouted, some cried, some stood quiet. Days later, the blinking lights were gone. A new name appeared on the shop sign, Lami's Repairs and Accessories. Hadiza stood beside her smiling. You are stronger than you know, she said. Lami looked up at the clean new sign. No more secrets. Just talk, just the truth. Moral of the story. Be careful who you trust with your phone. Not all smiles are clean. Secrets don't stay hidden forever.